Core Physio and Pilates video series. I'm Lee and this is Liz. And today we're going to be going through a set of exercises for your upper back, your thoracic spine, to get it flexible and moving better. The first exercise I'm going to get you to lie on your side is called book openings. You need at least one big pillow or two smaller pillows to support your neck. Your back is nice and straight with your feet in line with your bottom. Please straighten your arms out in front of you, Liz. Make sure your neck is nice and relaxed. And as you inhale, lift your top arm up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you're thinking about your breastbone and your ribs opening to the side. Your head can follow if that's comfortable. And then as you inhale, you lift the arm back up to the sky. And exhale, you place it back down. Now, if you have a sore neck, you can leave your head facing the front. We'll try that again. She inhales as the arm floats up. Pause. As you exhale, it's the upper back that's going to be moving over. Your head staying here this time just to show you that variation. Lovely. And she'll feel this in her upper back and her pectoral region. Bring the arm up, inhaling and exhaling back down. Try and keep the rest of the body nice and still. You can make this more intense by adding a 1 kilo or a ½ kilo weight, no heavier. Last time, inhale and then open from the rib cage and breastbone. Are you feeling that in the right spot? Definitely. Exhale, inhale up and exhale back down. That's called book openings. So the next one is similar but different. It's called bow and arrow. So we'll get you to pop the weight down, please, Liz, and start with your arms straight. Same starting position. As you inhale, float your top arm forward along the carpet. Inhale. As she exhales, she's going to slide the arm along the bottom arm, start to bend the elbow, and let the elbow imagine that you're pulling a bow, and you're going to reach that arm back, exhaling. So this is felt more in the upper part of her back and ribs. Good. And then inhale, come forward, and then exhale. You're going to slide the top arm along the bottom arm and get a lovely stretch. Good. And try that again. The neck staying nice and relaxed, inhaling, and then it's like you're pulling that bow, and the elbow reaches back. That's the focal point. Can you feel the difference? Yeah. And then reaching forward. Just one last time. Inhaling, bow and arrow. Exhaling. Beautiful. And rest. So remembering to have pillows to really support your neck. The next exercise is going to be using a foam roller. If you haven't got a foam roller, you can roll up 1 or 2 towels and use a towel. It's called thoracic extension. So you're going to place the towel behind you, or the roller. You're going to sit with your knees bent and then come down so that your upper part of your back, or if you're wearing a bra, that bra line area is touching the foam roller or the towel. Interlace your fingers behind the back of the neck, your thumbs reaching down your neck so you've got a nice support for the head. And then as you inhale, you're going to let the head reach back with the upper body, keeping the pelvis tucked in. If that's uncomfortable, that probably means you need it. Sharp pain is okay, but make sure you feel like you can cope with this. And then as you exhale, Liz, we're going to slide the ribs down and come back up. Does that feel okay? Mm-hmm. We'll do that again. So it's the upper back that's getting a lovely stretch. Keep the neck supported and keep your tail tucked in. So you're really keeping your core supporting your lower back. So as I mentioned, it might be uncomfortable, but that means you need this exercise. We're going to pause here, Liz, and lift your tailbone up in the air. And if you've got a roller, this is called thoracic rolling, and this feels lovely, like you're giving yourself some self-massage. So you can take, the area between your bra line and your upper neck and really give it a lovely massage. When you find a spot that feels like you need a stretch, place the tail down, keep that tuck in, great, Liz, and stretch back. You might hear some cracks, that just means you need to do this more. That's called thoracic rolling. If you haven't got the roller, you can't do the rolling bit. You'll just do the thoracic extension that Liz is demonstrating here. So you're trying to really keep some connection here to support your lower back. And as I mentioned, this should be felt in the upper back mainly. Lovely. The next exercise is called swan or cobra. Turning onto your tummy. You will need a foam roller here for this exercise. Okay, so you're going to slowly, as you press the roller forwards, breathe in, Liz, shrugging those shoulders up. And as you breathe out, draw the shoulders down and just lift the upper back off the mat just a little way. She's staying looking down, getting a nice bit of extension in the upper back. And then inhale, pressing forwards, reaching the shoulder blades up to your ears. and then drawing them down and just lifting up just a small way. This is for the upper back, not the lower back. Last one here. Inhaling and exhaling. If you haven't got a foam roller, I'll just show you an exercise called a baby cobra. So bring your hands down, Liz, onto the carpet, mat, lovely. And taking a breath in with the head relaxed. And as she breathes out, she's just going to press down into the mat and just do a small little lift, keeping the tucking of your chin to get a similar feeling of thoracic extension. And then slowly back down. So you're really using the hands and trying to relax the rest of the body. And it's really small, but that's what we need. It's just that small part of the upper back getting the extension. Lovely. And the last thing that we can do is we can use a spiky ball to massage the muscles in the upper back, standing up against the wall. I'll show you that now. So now we're going to use the spiky ball to release a lot of the tight muscles in your upper back and shoulders and neck. So placing the ball onto the wall and then leaning back into it so your upper traps, the muscles of the upper shoulder, can press into it. So once you found a spot, once again, you can move around to find a sore spot. And once you've found it, you need to pause. So it might take a little bit of moving around to find that sore spot. You can also take the arm of the side that you're stretching and bring it across to open up that shoulder blade and get more into the deep muscles of the rotator cuff and neck. So finding that spot and holding it for as long as you've got time for. Even a few minutes will help rather than avoiding it completely. You can bring the arm down and you can even do some of the muscles in the neck, so bringing the ball a little higher up and pressing it. And you can gently look from side to side or gently looking up and down. So it's a little bit more uncomfortable on the neck, so just be safe and do it for as long as you can control. So that's how to release the upper back with the spiky ball.